From the Kingswood Arts Center, welcome to the Kingswood Regional High School 2020 Academic Awards.
Good evening, and welcome to the 2020 Academic Awards. I'm your Master of Ceremonies, Scott Giesler. Now, to be sure, this is not how we expected to end the incredible journey that our students have embarked on. I think it's important at a moment like this to remember that most, if not all, journeys are defined not by the finish, but by the journey itself. Tonight, we join together from around the district to this ceremony to celebrate the journey. The class of 2020 and all the other students who we'll be celebrating tonight are not and will not be defined by a mere 4 months of distance learning. That is not your legacy. We are here tonight to celebrate years of effort, years of accomplishments, years of great work that we have done together. This pandemic has come, but this pandemic will go. And when it does, let's remember the vast majority of wonderful times we have spent together and all the accomplishments along the way. And that is what tonight is about. Before we begin, of course, a big thank you to Ms. Kristen Sheffer for organizing this event. We could not have done that without her. And also a big thanks to the class of 2020. We love you, we miss you, and we can't wait to celebrate your graduation. So, let's begin tonight's wonderful tasks with the Science Department Awards.
It is a pleasure to be here today to recognize some outstanding science students. We're going to start today with the Anatomy and Physiology Award. The study of anatomy and physiology requires rigor, discipline, curiosity, and collaboration. This student is exemplary in all these facets. She was enthusiastically committed to the topic and worked well in the lab. She never boasted about her knowledge, but it is clear that she had a deep understanding of the topic and sought additional information on her own due to her inquisitive nature. It is with pleasure that I recognize Maddie Ward with this year's Anatomy and Physiology Award. Great job, Maddie. When reviewing nominations for the Biology Award, we look for a student that asks questions about the natural world around them and for a student that is able to make connections between major concepts in biology. This year's award winner not only performed exceedingly well on tests, quizzes, and labs, but brought questions to class each day with humor and yearning to learn more. It is my pleasure to award the 2020 Biology Award to Lou Arnello. This year's Chemistry Award winner demonstrated an intense level of curiosity in science. He made intuitive leaps in solving science problems and demonstrated an extensive knowledge base in science. This student demonstrated unusually high levels of motivation and concentration. When he completed his work for chemistry, he persisted in the pursuit of science knowledge. While reading the book, The Disappearing Spoon, he saw connections between chemistry and other disciplines. Ms. Burnham appreciated his ability to show confidence in the use of science processes and a willingness to take risks in advancing scientific explanations and posing questions. For these reasons and many more, I am proud to give Braden Vians the Chemistry Award for 2020. The Physical Science Award winner this year has worked exceedingly hard under challenging circumstances. He is present and working diligently each day during remote learning. He has produced above-average work during this time. This year's Physical Science Award winner is Lucas Allard. Great job, Lucas. This year's Robotics Award winner stepped up and took on a leadership position in his class. Robotics is all about problem solving and overcoming obstacles, and this student excelled in both. He helped his teacher and peers with patience and guidance that was mature and respected. This year's Robotics Award winner is Cooper Welch. Congratulations, Cooper. Mr. Drea wrote about this year's Environmental Science Award winner that she is a diligent student with a drive to gain a deeper understanding of environmental science. She is very meticulous and detailed in her work and shows a deep understanding of the content. Her work is on time and shows the highest degree of understanding, not only for the content of the lesson, but the intent of the lesson as well. This year's Environmental Science Award winner is Mackenzie Willett. This year's Honors Physics Award winner has risen to the top in a very competitive honors physics class. The student has not only demonstrated an understanding of the concepts in physics, but also of the mathematics that define the relationship between the different variables. The 2020 Physics Award winner is Isaac Gary. Great job, Isaac. The Astronomy Award winner this year is continuing a streak of science awards. This student takes his coursework very seriously. He is always very thorough. Mr. Merrill notes that he is intrinsically motivated to learn about astronomy. His book summary of Neil deGrasse Tyson's Astrophysics for People in a Hurry shows that he already has an in-depth understanding of how our universe works. The 2020 Astronomy Award winner is Jacob Nelson. Fantastic job, Jacob. Now for the 4-year Science Award. 2 years ago, this student received the Biology Award. My wife had nominated him, and all year she gushed about how wonderful this student was. She spoke of his inquisitive nature, work ethic, and love of science. Prior to presenting the award, I made this student promise that he would take AP Biology his senior year. He kept his promise. He was one of the first students to class each day and one of the last to leave as he worked after school and on extracurricular activities. Science is all about wonder and asking questions. This student has done it consistently in all of his science classes over the last 4 years. The science department is proud to recognize Patrick Murphy with the 4-year Science Award. Congratulations, Patrick. It's been an honor to be your teacher. Thank you.
Hello, I am Mrs. Neeler, and I am here to present the Math Department Awards. The first awards are to recognize students for 4 years of excellence in math. The first student I would like to recognize is one that I know quite well, and I have known her for a long time. She is tenacious and a very strong competitor. She is outgoing and makes friends easily. She is also very impressive with her ability to understand new mathematical concepts and her strong problem-solving ability. I had the pleasure of teaching this student both pre-calculus and AP calculus, as well as coaching her for 6 years in skiing. Our first award for 4 years of excellence in math goes to Allison Bean. The second student I would like to recognize is one I only became acquainted with this year, but boy, did he impress me. His knack for problem solving is outstanding, and he understands the math concepts at a much deeper level than his peers. He is sometimes quiet, but when called upon, always has a great answer. He has aspirations to become an engineer, and I think he will be a great one. I am sorry his robotics year had to end so suddenly because he was a leader there as well. He enjoyed putting his mathematical knowledge to good use. Our second award for 4 years of excellence in math goes to Isaac Gary. This year has been very unique in so many ways, and the math department decided we would like to recognize a few more students than usual this year. The next student I would like to recognize really stood out in AP Statistics. Since I don't teach AP Statistics, I asked Mr. Sittimer to help me with this one. So Mr. Sittimer writes, Janice Walker was a superstar in her fall semester advanced placement statistics course. Her work ethic and attention to detail was amazing, and she was always willing to help out classmates who were struggling. I really enjoyed her midterm project where she analyzed crime data by state. Janice was an absolute pleasure to have in class, and her teachers will miss her dearly. Congratulations, Janice. The fourth student that we want to recognize for 4 years of excellence in math is one that I have gotten to know in calculus this year. He is very thorough in his problem solving and very diligent in his work. He has a fun sense of humor, which made for some good times in class. He is another student who is going to shine in the applied mathematical fields. He is also heavily involved in robotics, and that program is going to miss him next year as well. I am pleased to recognize Aaron Stannard for 4 years of excellence in math. Our final award of the evening is an award that the math department gives out to recognize a student who has gone above and beyond on math, while not necessarily being the top math student. This student worked to improve her math skills, and as one of the captains of the math team, she was instrumental in getting younger students to join. I did not have the pleasure of this student in class, so I asked Mr. Siddimer for some help again. He writes, Alicia James Aldis was a student of mine in Algebra 1 and then again in AP Stats this fall semester. She has always been a hard worker and strives to do well. She was a member of the math team for the last 3 years and captain of this year's team. She was also the media captain of the robotics team for her senior year. Her enthusiasm and unbreaking spirit will be missed by all her teachers at Kingswood. The Spirit of Math Award this year goes to Alicia James Aldis. Thank you.
The English department will be giving 4 book awards this year to our top scoring juniors in the area of language arts. All of these students exemplify the core values of Kingswood Regional High School, including respect, responsibility, community, and of course, academics. These students have demonstrated excellence in reading, writing, research, and critical thinking, and a dedication to the slow, careful craft of reading for insight, perspective, and the love of learning. The St. Lawrence Book Prize is awarded to Josh Finneran. The Harvard Prize book is awarded to Carolyn Day. The St. Michael's Book Prize is awarded to Jacqueline Bonnevie. The University of Michigan Book Award is awarded to Catherine Mann. Each year, the English department gives the English Award to the top scoring senior. I think I've known for 4 years that I was going to give this award to this particular student. She was a delight to have in class in the 9th grade and a delight to meet again as a senior in AP English. The 2020 English Award is awarded to Maddie Ward.
Good evening, parents and students. I'm Jamie Myers, and I am the coordinator of the Social Studies Department, and we have several awards that we'd like to give out tonight. The first award is Outstanding Effort Award in Social Studies. Mr. Joy made this nominee, and for the young lady that he chose, he described her as, shows up to class every day with a smile on her face and a genuine eagerness to learn. Completed every assignment that she was given. Participated in class discussions on a daily basis. She regularly made personal contributions that were related to the content and gave further insights in the class as a whole. Attitude and effort were contagious. Her rigor and grit are inspiring and truly reflective of the core values of Kingswood Regional High School. This year's Outstanding Effort Award goes to Francesca Juanillas. The next award we have is Outstanding World History Award. This nomination came from Mrs. DeCarmo, Mrs. Murray DeCarmo's class. She described this student as enthusiastic, diligent, deeply curious, ethical, and authentic. A passionate student of world history and developing global citizen who supported our school's Help Syria's Kids fundraiser. She described this young man as spoke with empathy on behalf of the Muslim persecution in our class discussions. This year's Outstanding World History Award goes to Tyler Okla. Outstanding American Government Award. This also came from Mrs. Murray DeCarmo's class. She described this young lady as precise, astute, articulate, and insightful political analysis who transitioned to remote learning without losing focus, engagement, or determination. She wrote a stunning essay on the role of the federalism in the U.S. coronavirus response and a compelling, evidence-based argument in favor of more robust political equality, for women in a wonderful testament to enduring legacy on the 19th Amendment. This year's Outstanding American Government Award goes to Anna Ekstrom. The Political Awareness Award, typically this goes to a student from the current issues class. This year's recipient is described, from my class, tremendous work ethic with amazing detail in every assignment. Shared her views during class discussions with true passion, especially our fishbowl debates. Sincerely scrutinized the candidates and where they stood on the issues. Attended town hall meetings throughout the state to hear from multiple candidates. She will definitely be a well-informed voter in November. And this year's Political Awareness Award goes to Hannah Crane. The next award is Excellence in U.S. History Award. And the recipient of this award, I was lucky to have twice this year. Once for U.S. history and in my World War II class. He brings prior knowledge of our history, and a sincere interest was evident to every class. Active participant in our statement discussions with strong supporting evidence to back his viewpoints. Although his enthusiasm may have crossed a line every now and then, he was quick to apologize. His involvement in activities such as our subcommittee on Reconstruction and the simulation of the election of 1936 were truly passionate. As a teacher, I was thrilled to have him in 2 classes this year, as well as part of our track team. This year's award goes to Matt Finneran. The Global Citizenship James Foley Legacy Award comes from Mrs. DeCarmo's class. And this year's recipient is described as exudes warmth and generosity of spirit, kindness towards peers, and willingness to advocate for those in need. She is a consummate ambassador of James Foley Legacy at Kingswood through a commitment to global citizenship, her moral courage, and empathy. In her own words, I believe that anybody, just like James Foley, can go from an ordinary person to an extraordinary person. I think everybody should take the time to evaluate the issues going on in the world and pick out the ones that matter to you. Your heart will be called to them. This year's award goes to Grace Abraham. Finally, our last award is the Outstanding Social Studies Student, 4 years. Right? Kind of had an idea about this individual for a while now. His freshman year, he once said that he had a goal of taking every social studies class we have to offer, as well as every teacher that teaches in the department. Exceptional work ethic, no matter what the assignment, big, small, it doesn't matter. It's always exceptional. Projects projects emotion and passion during debates and simulations that is infectious for the class. He recognizes and demonstrates the values of democracy and citizenship through a commitment to give back to his school and community. The Outstanding Social Studies Award, 4-year award, goes to Matt Place. Thank you.
This award for excellence in Spanish goes to Maddie Ward. Maddie took 5 semesters of Spanish here at Kingswood, taking AP Language and Culture, AP Spanish Language and Culture, her junior year, and receiving a 5 on that exam, which is not an easy feat. But Maddie was not done after that. Because of her love of the language and her desire to improve her proficiency level, she took Culture and Civilization her senior year. In addition to learning Spanish in the classroom, Maddie went way beyond the classroom to improve her language skills. By watching hours of Spanish television shows and listening to hours of Alvaro Soler music. Maddie excels in the 3 modes of communication, and she has a uniquely strong ability to analyze and synthesize cultural products, practices, and perspectives. Also, her dedication and commitment to speaking the language improved the classroom environment on a daily basis. We are confident that Maddie will continue on her journey to be a bilingual, open-minded, accepting Spanish speaker. And the second World Language Award is the Excellence in French Award. And this goes to Janice Walker. And this is what Mrs. Gary wrote up about Janice, who had her for all of her French classes. The quality of work Janice produced has been exemplary over the past 4 years. Throughout her language study at Kingswood, she remained at the top academically, exceeding expectations. Janice's French is oftentimes flawless as she performs at an advanced level of proficiency. She also has the ability to express herself both in spoken and written assignments on a deeper level of thinking. And she seeks out opportunities to practice her language skills through independent learning outside of the classroom. Janice serves as a wonderful example, especially to beginning language learners, with her kind, supportive, and patient attitude. She sees the best in everyone and has the ability to draw out special gifts from those around her.
Good evening again. My name is Glenn Wilson. Welcome, folks. Thank you for joining us, wherever you might be. I am the chairman of the Department of Technology, and tonight I'm going to be giving out a total of about 6 awards, and I'd like to start with the Photography Award. And this was given by Mrs. Bridges, our photography teacher. And she writes, although one of our one-on-one class time was short with this gal, this young lady stood out. Her work was always outstanding in technique, presentation, and creativity. I always look forward to seeing her completed projects. Her approach was always unique and artistic, and I was lucky to have her for a student. So the Photography Award goes to Charlotte Hardy. For the Photo Technology Award, again given by Mrs. Bridges, this young lady has taken all of my classes, and at the honors level, no less, she has been a superstar in every one of them. Her drive, attention to detail, creativity, artistry have made her a dream student. On top of that, she is one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. The Photo Technology Award goes to Alicia James Aldis. Now, for my awards, I teach architectural drafting and technical drawing. I'm giving out a total for 4 people, and this is kind of an unusual time. In all my years of teaching here, I've never given out, I think, co-awards for one area. And even more unusual is I'm giving it out to 2 young ladies, which I've never done before also. And it's been a pleasure for me to have these 2 young ladies in my class. And this is for the technical drawing. And the neat thing, and you'll find probably a common theme through all these presentations, is not only the effort that they bring to class and their ability to get things done, but it's also the great attitude that they bring to the class that's kind of contagious. So I'd like to give this year's Technical Drawing Award to Emma Scott and Carolyn Day. For the Architecture Award, again, a little unusual, I'm giving co-awards, and these folks are just amazing at what they do. I've showed people their drawings, I showed them their plans, and people are just amazed that high school students are doing what they're doing. And it would be neat to see these folks kind of get together sometime and open their own firm. So I'd like to give the Architecture Awards to Carter Morrissey and Sarah Carpenter. Thank you. Good evening, folks. Thanks for joining us wherever you might be during these fun times that we're all in. And my name is Glenn Wilson. I'm the department chair for the technology area, and that includes the health and wellness. And tonight I'd like to give you the health and wellness. This is selected by the teacher, Mr. Paul Landry, and these are his words. But he's saying, I'm very pleased to honor the most deserving student in Health and Wellness Award. To a student who has gone above and beyond his academics, this young man has demonstrated resilience and dedication to my health class while continuing to be a positive student. This year's most deserving student in Health and Wellness goes to Daniel Fotek. Congratulations, Daniel.
Hi there. This year, as with every year, Family and Consumer Sciences Awards are really hard to pick a student that is most deserving. With so many classes, it becomes a real challenge to single out just one student. This year has added an extra layer of challenge due to the unique nature of our classroom style, but despite that challenge, there was one student that really stood out, and I'm really honored to present this student with my award. So this student happens to not only be an excellent student, really dedicated to his achievement and grades, but also more importantly, his learning. He really always wants to really do all that he can to learn the most and make the most of every class. In addition, this student is an excellent peer. He is always there to support his friends, to support the other students in his classes, and to really make it an environment that everybody can enjoy, a learning environment for everybody. In addition to that, he's also dedicated to the wider community. His dedication to Nights Against Hunger and really challenging all of the issues around food insecurity. He works hours and hours on this as well. So for all of those reasons and many more, I am pleased to present the award to Patrick Murphy for the Family and Consumer Sciences Award. Thank you.
Hello. It's very nice to see you all. It's very nice to make this effort at a most unique awards ceremony. It's my pleasure to bring not 4, but 5 awards this year. We are expanding our award offerings in light of the most unusual circumstances that we meet. Traditionally, we give out 4 awards at the music department: the John Philip Sousa, the Patrick Gilmore, the National Choral Award, and the Louis Armstrong Award. Considering the circumstances, I thought it would be appropriate, in order to recognize so many of the fabulous students we have in the Kingswood Music Department, I'm going to give the award to 2 recipients this year. And I'd like to begin with the Louis Armstrong Jazz Award. Those will be presented to students who demonstrated outstanding skill and dedication to the jazz band, which meets 1 day a week after school and Fridays during task. This year's outstanding jazz musicians are Irina Pettit on tenor saxophone and Zach Wenners on percussion. The National Choral Award is given to students, graduating seniors who have contributed an outstanding amount of leadership and quality to the choral community in their high school. And this year's recipients are Janice Walker and Kaya Borelli. This year's recipients of the Patrick S. Gilmore Award are students who are leaders, who are strong musicians, who are usually all 4-year band students, and they are contributing fantastically to the leadership and the overall success of the band program at Kingswood High School. Patrick S. Gilmore was John Philip Sousa's right-hand man, and it is interesting anecdote that he was the bass drummer and the highest paid member of the band. This year's award for Patrick S. Gilmore goes to Autumn Ferris and Cyrus Gauthier. This newest award that we offer this year is called the Quincy Jones Musicianship Award. Quincy Jones, who is a legendary trumpet player, band leader, composer, arranger, director, and producer, and educator, is one of the most iconic musicians of the 20th century and is behind some of the most popular iconic music that you've ever heard. This year's recipients of the Quincy Jones Musicianship Award are Olivia Hart and Stephen Darling. Finally, I'd like to present the recipients of the John Philip Sousa Award. This is a nationally recognized band award for students who achieve outstanding accomplishments in the field of instrumental music, who contribute a lot to their leadership and culture and community of music in their high school. And I'm very proud to say that this year's John Philip Sousa Awards are given to Nick Catalano and Anna Smith. Congratulations, all of you. I look very much forward to seeing you at some point in the future and making sure that those awards and medals and plaques and accolades are given to you toot sweet. Hope you enjoy. See you later.
Good evening. My name is Mrs. Smith. I'm one of the art teachers here at the high school, along with Mrs. Livernois, who would normally be here beside me presenting these awards, but as we know, these are not normal times. Just know that we would both like to recognize the following students. This year it was extremely difficult to decide, so we've decided to give out 4 awards instead of our usual 2. The recipients are all students in our rigorous year-long AP portfolio class. They've all taken art classes throughout their high school career, and we've had the pleasure of watching them grow into the mature young adults that they are today. I would like to give a shout out to all 11 AP art students, Allie Belmore, Megan Bono, Hope Drenning, Charlotte Hardy, Mia Marbury, Zoe McLean, Caitlin Murray, Morena Murray, Autumn Rodill, Leanne Sam, and Kayla Yates. You are all amazing. Our first art award is for our most improved artist. This was a tough award to decide, as so many of our students have shown tremendous improvement over the past 4 years, and even just during this past year. If I could show you work from the freshman year as compared to what they're doing now, you would be absolutely blown away. I am so proud of all of you. However, we did narrow it down to one student to receive this award. This young lady has always worked independently and very quietly, not necessarily eager to ask questions or ask for help, but constantly listening and learning from those around her. Her artwork in her AP portfolio is evidence of high quality craftsmanship, her excellent drawing skills in a wide variety of media, such as pen and ink, acrylic painting, and digital art, while also expressing the clear theme of something she loves so much as her animals. Our Most Improved Artist Award goes to Caitlin Murray. Caitlin will be studying biology at UNH, and she hopes to someday attend veterinarian school. Congratulations, Caitlin, and good luck with your future endeavors. Our next student is being recognized for her participation in the annual state Scholastic Art Competition. The Scholastic Art Competition is highly competitive, and it recognizes creative expression and artistic achievement among our students throughout the state. Over 2,000 pieces of artwork were submitted, and 1,000 pieces of artwork received awards. This student submitted 3 pieces of artwork, and all 3 pieces were recognized. Congratulations to Leanne Sam, who received an honorable mention, a silver key, and the highest recognition at the state level, the gold key. Her artwork is meticulous and detail-oriented, while also showing off her personality and culture. Leanne has created a very strong and impressive portfolio of her work for the College Board's AP Drawing Studio exam. We would like to wish Leanne the best of luck next year as she heads to Boston to go to Mass College of Art, hoping to earn a BFA in graphic design. Congratulations, Leanne. Our next award is for excellence in art. This young lady has always been driven, ever since freshman year. Not only does she strive to always do her best in her art classes, but in all of her other classes as well. She is a top student in the class of 2020. Charlotte Hardy exceeds expectations in all of her classes, but art is her passion. She received a Silver Key Award for the single piece that she submitted to the Scholastic Art Competition, while also pushing herself out of her comfort zone this year to further develop her already strong drawing and illustration skills. She created an excellent portfolio submission for the AP College exam, and next year, Charlotte will be attending the Maine College of Art in Portland to pursue a degree in an arts-related field. Congratulations, Charlotte. You have so earned it. Our final art award is for overall excellence in art. I'm sure that all of her peers would agree with this award. I still remember the first painting she did back in 9th grade in her exploring art class. Her control of paint and use of color for someone who had very little previous experience absolutely blew me away. She has amazed me and kept me on my toes trying to challenge her ever since. Hope Drenning is one of the strongest art students I've had in my 25 plus years of teaching. Her natural talents and innate abilities are combined with an eagerness to learn and try new things and a constant desire to get better and better at her craft. Hope submitted 3 artworks to the Scholastic Art Awards. All 3 pieces received Gold Key recognition. One of her illustrations, Inventing Honor, inspired by her sister Honor, received the prestigious Dorothy Messenger Scholarship. Her Gold Key pieces were then sent to compete at the national level, where she received recognition with Silver Key Awards at the national level. This is an amazing achievement. I will miss her enthusiasm and her eternal optimism. We would like to wish Hope the best of luck next year as she studies art at the Maine College of Art in Portland, Maine. Congratulations, Hope, for overall excellence in art. On a final note, to all of our class of 2020 art students, we appreciate you and we wish you the absolute best. Take care. Thank you.
And good evening. As principal of the Lakes Region Technology Center, I want to take a moment to congratulate all the recipients this evening. On a normal year, you folks have done an incredible job excelling in your various programs. This year, with all the hardships that you've endured, you have still gone ahead and done an outstanding job, and your teachers have recognized you. You indeed should be proud of that accomplishment. On behalf of the staff this evening, I'm presenting a number of awards. The first one being the Agricultural Science Award. This award is being presented to the third-year student in agricultural science. That student is the sitting president of our FFA chapter, Edward Malone. EJ has had a genuine interest in all activities and participation and interest in agriculture, fisheries, and the environment, and it's led him to move on to Plymouth State College in the fall. He's also currently running for the FFA State Officer team for 2021. Congratulations, EJ. The DeKalb Award is a national award set up to recognize an outstanding agricultural student in leadership and community service. This year's DeKalb Award is being presented to a third-year student who's been involved in farming in various aspects throughout his life. The student, Jagged Bernier, his involvement in the FFA has helped him prepare for the White Mountain Community College experience that's next on his list. He's been active in a local chapter as this year's secretary and is also running for a position as state officer for 2021. Congratulations, Jagged. Going to the precision manufacturing program, Jackson Welch has been active in precision machining for 3 years. He's self-motivated, very determined to become a welder. He's going to become a great welder, according to Mr. Meserve, his instructor, and does a professional job already. Hunter Wigley has been a huge asset to the precision machine shop, the robotics team, and the center in general. He's a very hard worker and takes on and excels at any task he's asked to do. I and Mr. Reserve can't wait to see what brings life for him in the next 4 years. Congratulations both to Jackson Welch and Hunter Wigley for Precision Machine. Multimedia Award this year goes to not one, but 2 students. These 2 students have approached the program with incredible enthusiasm and indomitable positive attitude. First, by pioneering our Moultonborough Academy weekly television news show, followed by producing their own half-hour-long weekly TV show here in Kingswood, The Playbook. These 2 have released a prolific amount of programming, and therefore it's our pleasure, on behalf of Mr. Gieser, to recognize both Josh Randall and Tyler Rote for the Multimedia Outstanding Students Award. The Silver Wrench Award is named for an outstanding student in the automotive program, Mr. Strout. This year's Silver Wrench goes to Jackson Roos. Jackson has been a great student over the past 2 years, striving always to do the best that he can. He's never turned down a challenge and took it upon himself to serve as shop foreman very seriously. Therefore, the Silver Wrench will be listed in the Technical Center with his name on it. Congratulations, Jackson. Community Networking Award by Mr. Evelith this year will be going to Cooper Welch for the work that they've been doing in his class in software and hardware networking. Health Science Award is next on my list. Liz is an amazing student in the L&A program and in person. Her dedication to studies is evident both in and out of the classroom. She shares her knowledge and with others, contributing to the success of not only herself, but everyone else in the classroom. Her selflessness makes her stand out among her peers. Elizabeth Morrison, congratulations for the Health Science Award. Turning to the hospitality program with Mrs. Cameron, she says, this student has demonstrated a dedication to hospitality and tourism as a career. She's a leader in our DECA chapter, serving as an officer and mentoring our first-year students. In February, she placed first in her competitions and qualified to attend the Nationals. Her hard work this year has led her to achieve many certifications, and I must say personally, as principal, she's always been willing to help out whenever I needed her for guests or setting up events at the center. Congratulations, this year's hospitality student, to Jade Seary. Marketing Student of the Year, according to Mrs. Cameron, the student has demonstrated a commitment to studying marketing not only in high school, but in college. He's an incredible leader in DECA and in the classroom. He served as an officer and has mentored first-year students. He's competed in DECA and plans to qualify for nationals. His commitment, leadership, and skills shine. He will be furthering his studies at University of New Hampshire, and we're proud to recognize Noel Schatzer as a Marketing Student of the Year. The last award we're giving this year is new to us, I believe, and it pleases me to recognize the LRTC Stagecraft program. This program provides the students with instruction on the design of theatrical costumes, set, lights, sound for the performing arts. This is an inaugural presentation this year, and this recipient will be setting an incredibly high standard for future award nominees. KRHS and Jordan Moore entered the program 3 years ago, learning the basics of lighting and sound. After their first semester, it was clear that they were all in and began designing their journey on designing leadership. These two young women have played a weighty hand in growing the program that we're all proud of. That does include plays in general and one-act plays, In the spring of 2019, they received the prestigious Sarah P. Bunkley Award for their best technical design in the state of New Hampshire. And they spent the majority of this year training underclassmen. I know that their legacy will go on after they leave us here at Kingswood, and we are very proud of both KRHS and Jordan Moore. Once again, thank you for the chance to join you in your homes this evening and a chance to work with these outstanding young folks.
Hello, I'm Maria DiCaro from the Business and Information Technology Department. Our Business and Information Technology Award this year goes to William McNamara. Since his freshman year, Will has taken most of the business classes we offer. We have seen him grow into a responsible young man and a dedicated student. Will has evolved as a classroom leader, which takes on more responsibility. He is accountable to his classmates with his project contributions. Will should have a bright future, and we wish him the best of luck. Congratulations. Our second award is the Graphic Design Award. Ella Weiss is the recipient of the Graphic Design Award this year. Ella is a caring and compassionate student. Her dependability was something Mr. Farrer could lean on over the course of the year, especially with the yearbook. She has a natural leadership abilities, and the sky's the limit for Ella. Her engagement with student council, FBLA, volleyball, lacrosse, and other extracurricular activities highlight her involvement and progress towards becoming not just a good student, but a well-rounded citizen as well. Congratulations, Ella, and thank you for all of your hard work and dedication.
Hello, I have the Physical Education Awards, and before I present them, I just wanted to give credit to Ann Okala, who's really gone out of her way, especially this year, in helping us have these fine certificates ready. I have 3 categories of awards. These are all students who have taken multiple classes, at least 2, but in many cases 3 or more classes, and have been shown integrity through all the classes they've taken. The first category I have is for Outstanding Physical Education Student. And by the way, these are all juniors and seniors. Freshmen and sophomores, you'll have to wait till next year and the year after that. So Aaron Stannard is our first outstanding student. Allie Bean, Annabelle Nelson, Brad Peluso, Isaac Gary. I don't want to miss any. I feel like I missed someone, so I'm going to look through those again. Now I have outstanding physical education student leaders. And these people have proven themselves above and beyond in just showing others what we expect from outstanding students, or for a student, as we like to say. And our outstanding student leaders are Aiden Martineau, Brogan Shannon, Cassidy Simpson, Mary McCarthy, Oleg Sheehan, and Patrick Reynolds. And the final category I have is for a outstanding sports psychology student. And this person was especially helpful to me in figuring out technical difficulties, which is one of my challenges. So she's outstanding in every way as a student, hardworking, and has a really innate sense for psychology, and that is Ruth Allard. So thank you.
Good evening. Tonight, at the culmination of this program, I am giving 3 awards. The first award I'll be giving out this evening is an award that I haven't been able to give out for several years. This year, we are fortunate to have one senior who has had perfect attendance for all 4 years. What's equally impressive is during this pandemic and our remote learning, she has been at every class, every day since we have left school. Never mind through the pandemic, but over 4 years, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, and now her senior year has had perfect attendance. We haven't had a senior accomplish that in well over 7 years. So I'd like to congratulate the Principal's Recognition and Attendance Award to Kayla Yates. Each year, I have the opportunity to present principal awards. Mr. Douglas and I have chosen 2 students over the last 11 years to be recognized as for Principal's Award. Unfortunately, Mr. Douglas is not with me this year, so I've had to make the tough decision on my own. I have asked several staff members and guidance counselors for some input and feedback on our wonderful senior class. When I look at students to give the Principal Award, I look at several areas. Academics is one of those areas. Involvement in the school community is another one of those areas. But one of the areas that are really important to me is how they treat each other, how they treat their classmates, how they treat staff members, and generally good character. I think character is extremely important, especially today. So this year, I am happy to award 2 seniors the Principal Award for outstanding character, leadership, service, and representing our community. This year's award recipients are Grace Abraham and Matthew Place.
That will conclude our academic awards ceremony. We thank you all for joining us tonight. Please stay tuned to the Governor Wentworth Regional School District website for announcements on the scholarship award ceremony, which will be coming up later this season. And of course, we have graduation for our seniors on June 13th. Thank you very much, and have a good evening.